my dudes, my name is Tiffany and I was invited to join PACO RABANNE and the Run Invictus team at the NYC Marathon. I was like, why me? But also definitely down. So I joined the team in East Village, walked into my hotel room, and this is what I see. I was baffled. Everybody loves free stuff, but I'm just like, okay, I'm in that view, all right.
A little bit about this entire operation. So Nick Yougquest is the brand ambassador for Invictus, and he ran the marathon last year, and the guys came along to support him, and then he challenged them to run the marathon for the first time this year. So Nick was returning, he was kind of helping the guys train, and this was all for the charity Team for Kids. Here we go.
The first thing we did on Saturday was a little bit of yoga, light stretching brought to us by Nick. And it was funny because he's like, oh, you might be bored by this, it's super easy. Of course, I was still sore from that. These guys have been training almost for a full year for this marathon, and I haven't ran in a couple months.
3 will go chaturanga, 2, and then 1 will go 4.
So yeah, kind of on a similar level. Here are a few of the guys. If you want to follow them on Instagram or something, hit them up. Tell them I said hello.
My name's Carl, I'm from London. I'm single, I'm looking, ready to mingle. Hey, I'm not great at running. I have these straps on my legs currently.
I was gonna ask. Is that for like shin splints or what?
It is,
Yeah.
I have shin splints, but I'm still going for it.
Ouch.
All for a good cause.
My name is Sergio, I'm 23 years old and I'm from Spain, Barcelona. I'm excited and also afraid at the same time because it's my first marathon, but yeah, exciting.
And I didn't get a chance to interview Elbio, but he is half Italian, half Argentinian, and the co-founder of a fashion brand. I'm not reading this from his Instagram.
My name is Marvin, I'm from Frankfurt, Germany, and fun fact, I'm also injured. As you can see, I got my runner's knee. I really have the hope that I can finish the marathon in a good time.
I believe in you guys.
So I'm Nicolas, I'm French, I'm 28 years old.
So Nicolas is a model, and he also does some photography, and he has a style blog website.
Team mascot, huh?
Yes!
We're the team mascot.
Alright!
And he doesn't like being fussed over either, you know? That's why when there's lots of people, he's like...
Leave me alone.
Hey. Hi. Oh my god. You're so sweet.
Don't drink coffee.
Sweet. Dude. Sick. 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 Sick.
It's kale, apple, ginger.
And I was like, what? She went, have you got any tape for my tits? She went, I'm really confused. And I was like, oh, sorry, I'm not making myself clear. I'm running a marathon, so I need some tape for my tits. She was like, you have tits? And I was like, nipples, it's all the same thing, isn't it?
Next up, we had this like skyscraper cooking session, which was like unreal. It was really great because all of the little snacks and meals that we were putting together were vegetarian, and they brought out vegan substitutes for Nathan and I.
And yeah, we have some vegan yogurt and all that.
I was freaking set, dude. Everything we made was super simple. I mean, it was easier because they actually brought us all the ingredients all ready to be thrown together, but still very simple recipes that I should be trying out because they're whole foods. Again though, being in the penthouse of a really nice hotel in the middle of the city, it helps the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I made mine a sandwich. After that, the guys took it pretty easy because obviously they were running the marathon the next day. Nathan and I got to chill out as well because it was like a lot of hard work coming along to those activities. And then the next morning, we all had to get up at about 5 a.m., which I'm still kind of scarred by. Good morning, it's so early. But every time I complained about waking up early, I realized you are not the one running the marathon. These guys are about to go run 26.2 miles. So we all hopped in the van, we rode together to the furthest point that we could get to.
Job.
Sergio's missing.
We need to go. Can somebody knock at his door? Ciao, Mama! Good morning.
Good morning. What are you humming, Nick?
Yeah,
just singing.
There you go. You're like a hawk.
My God. What is that?
Hey guys, good luck with your journey, guys.
Thank you very much.
Walked them almost to the starting line.
Guys, good luck.
And then they had to wait 4 hours before they actually started. and we got to go back to the hotel. If you have never watched a marathon before, just as a spectator, you have to. It is so incredible. And the New York City Marathon is the largest marathon in the world. It has the most participants, and it was like so contagious. The amount of energy and excitement you could feel. Also looking in people's eyes and kind of seeing that like little twinge of fear and dread, I was like, I can relate. And again, I was not running the marathon, but I was like, yeah guys, this is amazing. So I spent my Sunday going to different checkpoints, trying to cheer on the guys as they ran by, which is really difficult. It's just a split second and then they're on their way. The first checkpoint was about 18 miles in. Is that true? All right guys, we're here at the first checkpoint. We're waiting for Nick. He's gonna be the first guy to come through. It's starting to rain a little bit, to drizzle. Look at this storm. But this like threw me back to my old cross country days.
When you do literally one season of a high school sport and you refuse to stop talking about it for the rest of your life.
Where like during the rest of your team's races, you like yell their names as they run by. You're like, yeah, good job, keep it up. And so I was trying to bring some of that back. Keep running, you're almost there. You're not almost there, you have so many more miles to go. What you're doing is incredible and I would never be able to do it. Well, maybe I could do it if I trained, but keep it up. Go Ashley. Yeah, John. Jimmy. Oh, team for kids, woo. Very dorky. It's kind of fun though. It started to rain at one point. I was like, I can't do this anymore. It's cold. And again, reality check, you're not running a marathon in the rain, Tiffany. You're just standing and cheering. I think you can handle it. As you can tell, this whole marathon experience, not running it, was exhausting for me. And it really pushed me to my limit, you know? It was the longest day of my life. It was the happiest levels of euphoria I've ever felt. And it was the deepest lows. Again, I was not running it. But I can totally relate to the people who did. Finally, many hours later, all of the guys of the Run Invictus team crossed the finish line, and I was so proud of them. The funniest thing is we went to dinner that night a couple hours later, and they all had way more energy than I did. Nathan and I were exhausted. I was ready to sleep as usual at 9 p.m. And these guys are just like, I don't know, maybe they still had a runner's high, but they were like, hype. I would also be hype if I finished a marathon, actually. So once again, shouts out to PACO RABANNE. Thank you guys for bringing me along to this awesome experience. I am kind of low-key inspired to run a marathon someday, or maybe I'll start with like a 5K. Okay, thanks, bye.